Mary Molly Show. I'm Mary.
I'm Molly.
Please, friends, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that now and click that bell so you can receive immediate notification once we post a new video. Your support means a lot to us. And today's story is very exciting because it's a true story and it's called The Burglar. Muriel one day got in a little dispute with her mom regarding something that you have to watch to find out what it was. And her little brother Jimmy wakes her up in the middle of the night to tell her that there's a burglar downstairs. So they both quietly sneak down the stairs, and Muriel, you know, she really wanted to see a burglar because she had to tell all her friends she saw a burglar, which I don't know. Why would you be excited to see a burglar? But you have to, friends, watch to find out what happened and who's the burglar. Enjoy! Muriel came bounding in from school, bubbling over with excitement. Oh, Mom, what do you think? Why, almost all the girls in my class are going to Jenny's party on Thursday night. Are they? Said Mama, trying hard to be interested, though she was feeling very tired. That will be nice. But that's not all, said Muriel. They've almost all told me that they're going to have the loveliest new dresses, silk and nylon, you know, pretty things like that. They must be happy then. Yes, but Mama, what about me? I can't go in my old dress. It's not very old. Why, you had it new for your birthday. Anyhow, dear, I don't think I could possibly make another dress by Thursday. Muriel did not notice the look of utter weariness that passed over Mama's face at the very thought of taking on another job right now. Mama, you don't mean to say that. I cannot have a new dress for Thursday? What? I've got to have one. I must. I couldn't go to Jenny's party without it. What would they think of me? All the other girls with new dresses on and me in that old cotton thing? Of course I must have a new one. The bright and happy look that was on Muriel's face as she bounded into the dining room faded away, and in its place was an ugly scowl. The more she thought about her fancied grievance, and the darker the scowl became. Gradually, she worked herself into a thoroughly bad temper. I must have my new dress, she cried, stamping her feet on the floor. Now come, said Mama sternly. It is not becoming for a little girl to behave like this. I don't think you would do it if Jenny were here. I wouldn't care who was here, cried Muriel wildly, tears running down her cheeks. Now, Muriel, this is very foolish of you. You must be overtired. Please, go to your bedroom. I will bring you your supper later. Muriel stormed out of the room and up the stairs. Some time later, Mama went up with a very plain supper. She did not say much, only stopping long enough to put little Jimmy, Muriel's little brother, to bed. He did not bother his head about Muriel's troubles, though he thought it was strange that she had to go to bed so early. An hour passed. Muriel tried to sleep, but she could not. Her conscience was keeping her awake. She knew she would be sorry for her naughty conduct, but something kept her from saying so. She rolled and tossed upon her bed. Another hour passed, then another. At last, she dropped into a troubled sleep. It seemed hardly a moment before she was awakened by a small hand tugging at her nose. It was Jimmy. Sis, I'm frightened. Let me come into your bed. Muriel sat up sleepily, rubbing her tired eyes. What's the matter, Jimmy? She said, lifting the shivering little chap in beside her. Oh, didn't you hear it? The noise downstairs. No, I was asleep. What sort of noise was it? Someone walking about. Muriel listened. It was a dark night and very still. A cool breeze came in from the wide open window. The clock in the dining room struck 1, 2. Why, it's 2 o'clock, said Muriel. There can't be anybody about now. But there was, just a little while ago. You should have heard. Suddenly, Muriel's heart stood still, and she seemed to tingle all over. She too heard a footstep in the room beneath her. Did you hear it then? Yes. I wonder, do you think it's a burglar? It might be, said Muriel, now very much frightened herself. What shall we do? Muriel didn't know what to say. Her first thought was to dive under the bedclothes. Then she remembered how she had once told the girls at school what she would do if burglars ever came into her house. She thought a moment. There it is again, whispered Jimmy, pressing closer to his big sister. Jimmy, do you know, I'd really like to see a burglar, just once, so I could tell the girls at school. Would you? I wouldn't. Will you come with me if I go down? I'll look after you. Jimmy was doubtful, but at last decided to go. Together they slipped out of bed. Ever so quietly they crept into the bedroom door and opened it. Creak went the hinges, so loud that the two nearly ran back to bed. But they held each other's hands a little more tightly and went toward the stairs. Creak went the top stair. They held their breath and waited a moment, and then went down a little further. Creak went the 5th stair. Again they waited, then on further. Creak went the landing. He'll hear us, whispered Jimmy, growing more fearful. Let's go back. Wait a minute, whispered Muriel, pressing his little hand. We're nearly there. See, there's a light under the dining room door. I must see what a burglar's like, for I may never have the chance again. But won't he hurt us? We'll run too fast. They were down in the hall now. Slowly and ever so quietly, they moved toward the door. It was slightly ajar. Muriel pushed it just a tiny weeny bit, then a tiny weeny bit more, and a tiny weeny bit more. So it was opened wider and wider until at last Muriel thought she could put her head round just enough to see inside. Jimmy held her hand very tightly as she peered around the corner. "Muriel!" cried a voice, and a pair of scissors clattered on the floor. "Mama?" They looked at each other. "Mama, what are you doing here at this time of night? It's nearly 2:30. What is keeping you up?" "Just a little dressmaking." "Not my dress, surely," cried Muriel. "Oh, it is, Mama. I don't deserve it. You shouldn't have stayed up so long. You were so tired." She threw her arms around Mama's neck. "I'm so sorry," she said, her tears falling fast. "Never mind. The dress is nearly done now. Let us all go to bed. But what is Jimmy doing down here?" "Muriel said I would see a burglar if I came downstairs. And now there isn't one," muttered Jimmy, disappointed. "I'm sorry," said Muriel, as they went upstairs together. "But Mama is surely better than a burglar, isn't she?" "Suppose so," said Jimmy. Thank you, friends, so much for watching and for spending this wonderful time with us. We hope you enjoyed it. Your support means a lot to us. Don't forget to tune in next time for another amazing video. And once again, friends, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead please and do that now, and click that bell so you can get immediate notification once we post a new video. Yes. Bye!